What's going on, everybody? In today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be teaching you step by step how to look up cards on eBay. And I do believe this is a very important thing that everybody who's either really into the hobby or maybe people that are just looking to see the value of the cards that they just found should know. And everybody in between should know this as well, which you would think that everyone would, but not everybody does. And that's the purpose of this video. I do want to mention that I did make a video of how to look up cards a while ago. I'll cue it right up here for you guys, but that was on the desktop version. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to look up cards on the mobile version using your phone. So if you are on a computer, refer to that video that I just queued. So we have on our phone right here, as you can see, the eBay home page. The important thing is to give the search bar as much information as we possibly can in regards to our search. I'm going to look up Victor Wembanyama. So let's say we have a Victor Wembanyama 23, 24 prism, red, white, blue. Just kind of making something up here. So you can see here's my search history of other cards. And if you sign in or create an account, your search history will show up. So you can always refer to a card that you previously looked up. But let's type in our Victor Wembanyama, and it starts to filter in, as you can see. So Victor Wembanyama, I'm just going to click on that just so I don't have to type out Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama, again, give it as much detail as we can. 2023, 24, prism, red, white, blue. And for the card number, I just like to put NO dot. You can just put the card number, but I'm going to put number NO dot 136, and I looked that up earlier before I started this video, so that's how I know it. Now, this is the big thing that a lot of people kind of misunderstand or they just forget to do, is you have to go to sold listings. Now, what is that? People may be asking, what sold listings? Well, as you can see, based on our search, we could buy the Victor Wembanyama card right now for $195 or best offer with $4 shipping. There's one that we could buy for $187.50. That's such a weird number. $187.52 with $6 shipping. $225 best offer. $350 best offer, but that's graded. So these are all the active listings. There's a huge difference between active listings and sold listings. Let's take an example, a 1991 Score Ken Griffey Jr. card. Now you can type that in and you're going to first see active listings. Now, me, you, anybody on eBay can ask whatever we want for a card, whether it's realistic or unrealistic, whether the price is accurate or inaccurate. We can ask $100, $1,000, $1 million for any card if we really want to. However, that doesn't show the card's true value. So let's just keep in mind in the back of our head, 195, 187, and 225. Okay, so as you can see at the bottom here, we have sort and filter. We want to filter our listings. Now you can also go to the top here, which is most common. Under the shopping cart, you'll see filter again and sort right next to the left. Let's click on that filter button. A ton of filters come up. Condition, you can do price point, you can do season. I mean, there's just so much stuff here. Sport, location. Scroll to the bottom, under shipping options, you'll see show more. Let's click on show more. So we're going to see a lot of nitty-gritty filters here. League, player, athlete, card condition, returns, whatever. But then halfway down, give or take, is sold items. That's what we want. That is what's going to show us what people are paying for the card. Again, big difference between sold and active. I can ask $1,000 for this one card that we're looking up, but people aren't paying $1,000 for this card. So by clicking sold, it's also going to filter completed items. That's also going to show us what cards not only sold, but were also paid for, resulting in that listing being complete, final, done. So let's click show 9 results. Now, sometimes if you have a very specific card, like number to 5, number to 50, it might say no matches or no exact matches. Still click it, that giant blue button, show it anyways. And now we can see what people are paying for the card. So green shows sold and completed. Where you go back to the white is active. That's just kind of like a little thing. White is active, green is complete. So let's go back to our filters, sold items, searching, show 9 results. And we can see on June 20th, one sold for $120 on 30 bids. Then there's another from Canada that did 183. A second from Canada that did 183. 195 best offer accepted. 207, 215, 199. So you can see that there's all these sales. And sometimes it's not in order, but for the most part, it is. That 120 was the most recent sale of this card. Now, there's a ton of different other variables and factors that go into why one is selling for 120 and another is selling for $207. That's when you got to factor in condition, corners, surface, edges, centering, all that good stuff you need to factor in when you're looking up these brand new ultra modern cards. Going back to the active listings, 187, 195, 225, it seems to be in the ballpark, especially when the majority of them are selling between that 180 to 200 number, with again, one that sold for 225 and one that sold for 120. That's when you have to click on the listings, look at the description, look at the photos, and kind of see, why are these outliers? I want to look up another card, and this may be a really good example for a lot of people that might be looking at this video. Is I'm going to use a card that I referred to earlier. Ken Griffey Jr., if I could spell it right, Ken Griffey Jr., 1991 score. Now, before I hit search, I do want to say that a lot of people know that Ken Griffey Jr. was the face of baseball for a good 10 years. They hear his name, they think that his cards have value because of how good he was. That's not necessarily true. If you have the 89 Upper Deck, that is his most famous card. That's probably the best card from the junk wax era. Even that can range anywhere from $20 to $50. But let's look at a random, super random card, 1991 score, Ken Griffey Jr. Let's search. So we got a bunch of different cards here. We got inserts, we got the base, we got a big head. But let's take a look at card number 697. 697, so it's going to really filter in just that card. So someone's here is asking $250 for the card. Again, you can ask whatever you want. That doesn't mean it's going to sell. Here's one that's 99 cents with no bids with 1 day left, but $6 shipping. Here's one for $1.89, $1, $2. So you can kind of see that it's not worth $250. Again, this is a perfect example of you can ask whatever you want. That's where the sold items come into play. So at the top again, we want to hit our filter button right below our shopping cart. And then we're going to want to scroll down. Scroll. Sold items. We're going to want to click that. It's searching, and there's 81 results. Click that again, and you can see on July 5th, one sold for $1. July 4th, $1. July 1st, $2. June 30th, $2. That's what I'm saying is, a lot of people who really don't know how to look up cards, or they don't really know a thing or two about the hobby, is they're not going to take this extra step to hit sold items. They're just going to just search the card, and they're going to be like, whoa, $250. That's fantastic. And then they're going to have that number engraved into their head, especially if they're not scrolling. Now, there's so many different variables that also can be in effect here. Conditions, obviously, one of them. Numbered cards, autograph cards, patches, errors. I mean, grade is another one, but let's not even talk about grades right now. So you really need to do a lot of research on the card that you have, because your card could be worth anywhere from $1 to a couple $100 and even more. So there's a lot of things that go into looking up a card, but in its simplest form, hopefully I was able to portray how to look up a card or cards to help give you the most accurate idea of value for your cards. And we're looking up these cards today, especially that Victor Wembanyama card. It could change tonight. It could change tomorrow, next week. So for more modern cards, there's a lot of volatility compared to cards from the junk wax era, where there's a lot less volatility, where the prices have already kind of cemented themselves. Like this Ken Griffey Jr. card is $1 all day long. But this person, for $250, again, you can ask whatever you want on the card. You can ask $1,000 if you really want to. But according to the sold items, you can see that it's selling for $1. A BGS 9 sold for $12. So again, let's not talk about grading, but you can kind of see my point here. $2, $2. A PSA 10 did 60. Here's another one that did $1.50, $2. You can kind of get the point that it's not a $250 card. It's a $1 to $2 card. Let's just really walk it all back. Let's type in Mickey Mantle 1960 tops. Card number 350. So let's do number NO dot. Now you can just do the card number. You can put number. I just do NO dot, nice abbreviation, 350. So now again, we're going to be shown what people are asking for the card. $328 are best offer, but that's a reprint though. So again, be on the lookout for certain things. It could be reprints. So again, you got to really look out for these. 235, 239, 61 with a crease in the middle. These are what people are asking for. Filter. Okay. Maybe we want to just look at non-graded cards. So let's use that. Let's use an extra filter here. But the big thing is scroll down, sold items. Searching. Show one result. So we have one that did $180 on June 23rd. And then we have one on July 5th that's at $850 best offer accepted. Now, to figure out what that best offer accepted was, we have to go to 130 Point, which is a separate website where we type in the same information and it'll show us exactly what that card sold for. So this is an extra step for maybe the more advanced card enthusiast, or maybe this is an extra step that you want to take to really figure out what that card sold for. So we're on 130 Point here, which again, 130point.com. Type in the same thing, Mickey Mantle. You can even copy and paste this. 1960 tops. I'd like to do NO. What was it, 360? It's loading, and you'll be able to see that best offer accepted price was $750. Now, when you're dealing with vintage cards, there's a lot less volatility in it, and there may be sales that don't happen all too often. Within the last 3 months, we've only had 2 sales, June 23rd for $180 and then $750 just the other day. That's how you look up cards on eBay in a nutshell using your mobile device, your phone. Again, if you want to use your desktop, I already made a video for that, which I hope you do check out. Both resources are very good to look up cards using eBay. This isn't a sponsored video by any means. However, I do want to provide you with the necessary information and guidelines to look up your cards accurately using eBay. And remember, sold items filter. That is the huge variable and component here. A lot of people do have a general idea how to look up their cards. Don't use Google. Don't use eBay active. Use eBay sold listing. So if you guys have any additional questions, please leave them down in the comments below and I'll happily answer any and all of those questions. Hopefully you were able to take a thing or two away from this video. And if you did, please smash the thumbs up button, comment down below, consider checking out the channel membership program. Again, click all those buttons that you know and love. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new or haven't considered subscribing. But that will do it for this video. I've queued up an excellent video right there for you guys that I do believe is going to be excellent for your hobby endeavors. Hopefully, I'll see you in that one.